I thought it was a really great process in terms of being able to go back and forth. And I mean, I look at the portal now and I hear what our participants are saying about the design. And I think that kind of iterative process that we had between our organizations has really led to something special that folks are taking pride in.
So my name is Rudy. I'm the Director of Social Enterprise for Bluedoor Support Services. I worked with David and Daniel on a project for our employment social enterprise called Construct.
My name's Emily Rowe. I'm the Manager of Training and Employment here on the Construct team at Bluedoor, and have been really excited working on this project over the last number of months and seeing it come to fruition.
Basically building a LMS system for our participants, helping them gain some important foundational skills in everything from employability and mental health to introduction to trades and trades math.
What made you pick Wow Digital for your website redesign project?
Just had a lot of confidence in the work that you had done previously. Felt like it was a really great relationship from the start, which is exactly how things ended up transpiring the whole entire time. I know it was always so great to be able to reach out, keep the conversations going even outside of those one-on-ones. I mean, from the start, you guys have been so supportive and such strong supporters of the work that we're doing as well too. So I was just really excited to be kind of working with an organization that shares the same values as you.
I felt right away that Wow Digital was the right choice. We met with a couple of different web developers and we found that David and his team were a perfect fit, and our entire experience since that moment has been nothing but positive. We know we made the right choice.
In terms of the budget that you spent with us on the project, do you think you got good value from it?
Absolutely. Even when we first showed our participants the portal, I mean, they were blown away at the way that it looked. They thought it was so professional looking, and it made them take a lot of pride in being a part of this program.
I think we got an incredible value for what we paid for the project. The project was completed on time, on budget, with all of the functionality we needed.
Were you satisfied with the amount of time and the timeline for the project?
Yeah, definitely. When you're creating something like this from scratch and you're trying to, check all the boxes, make sure that it's working as functionally as possible, you want to put that attention in and make sure that when you do go live, folks are able to jump right on and get started with it. So yeah, I think the amount of time that we took was the perfect amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. We had weekly check-ins, worked very closely with the Wow Digital team every step of the way to make sure that the project was going to be delivered on time and have everything we need to make the launch successful.
And you mentioned before that we had these weekly check-in calls. Did you find value in those?
Absolutely. I very much looked forward to all of those calls. I felt like you two were always so responsive and, able to answer our questions, but I looked forward to those calls because I felt like every time I came out of that call, I learned something new. It was my first time working on the back end of an LMS system, so I really appreciated all of the patience that you had in terms of helping onboard us to that process and always being there to answer our questions. So yeah, those one-on-ones were great.
Yeah, one of the best things about this experience has been our weekly touch points, the constant communication that we've been able to have, the back and forth to make sure that, all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted on the project. Couldn't be happier with the way it turned out, and a big part of that was the weekly calls and the touch points and just the open communication that we were able to have with Wow Digital.
I think especially as it came to the time around launch, that I just felt like you were always so responsive. Anytime an issue came up or I needed to clarify something like that, you were always at the ready, standing by your email. It was always really, really quick to be able to keep that conversation going. I appreciated that, especially around the launch time.
Would you recommend our services to another organization or contact who might find value in creating a new website or redesigning one that they already have?
Absolutely. Yes, 100%.
I would recommend Wow Digital to everybody. I've recommended it to different teams already within my own organization. If I was starting an organization tomorrow and I needed a website, Wow Digital would be the first call I make.
So what was your favorite part of the project and why?
As much back and forth as there was around the launch, that was definitely my favorite time because there was just so excitement from the participants in our program to actually get online and start using this. As things were arising, as we were trying to get people onboarded, you guys were able to jump in and you kind of matched our values there and matched what we were trying to accomplish in our program and breaking down those barriers, making things as seamless and easy as possible. That's kind of a highlight for me because I always think it's so valuable when you see two organizations come together and really focus on that values-driven work.
When we started this project, we started with an idea, a kind of thought in mind, and David and the WOW Digital team really helped bring that to life. And my favorite part of the project was we finally launched, we let our participants try out the website, and it was exactly what we envisioned, when we first started the project and just had this kind of thought on a piece of paper.
From a design perspective, what was it like working with WOW Digital from creating the brand to the actual design of the website?
I thought it was a really great process in terms of being able to go back and forth. And I look at the portal now and I hear what our participants are saying about the design. And I think that kind of iterative process that we had between our organizations has really led to something special that folks are taking pride in.
Yeah, WOW Digital really thought of everything. And we started kind of from scratch and built our way up. And the process was really one of the best parts with working with the WOW Digital team. We were able to start with the brand development and really come up with a process and a design that made sense, was going to be user-friendly, but also fit what our organization is and represents.
How do you feel about the training that we provide?
The training was really great because it's just made for a seamless process as we're onboarding new folks to be able to continue this project forward.
No one on our team had a lot of experience with content management software, but the training that we received really made it an easy process and really simplified the way that we can upload content to our LMS system.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add or mention?
I just want to say thank you. Again, I've mentioned it in a couple of the answers that I had before, but we're really trying to support folks here that are trying to launch or relaunch their careers and face some barriers in the past. And so for them to be able to go on to something like the portal and feel that sense of pride, it is a really special project that we've gotten to work on together. So I just want to say thank you. It was so amazing working on this project with you, to see it come to fruition, to see folks jumping on it. I'm super, super grateful for everything that you've done to help our participants with their learning journey.
I feel like David and Daniel both have the sweetest smiles I've ever seen. I don't know.
Awesome.